Hello there, and welcome. My name is Calliope, and if you wouldn't mind, I would love to perform some different manual diagnostic techniques on you. These techniques involve me touching around your face, for example, doing a bit of percussion with my hands, using the stethoscope for auscultation. Does this sound okay to you? Wonderful. So, for this little mini examination, I will need to be touching you. Is that okay with you? Do I have your permission to do that? Wonderful. Thank you. So we are going to start firstly with some palpation. Now there are actually 4 main diagnostic techniques, and the first is going to be inspection, but I can inspect and palpate at the same time. I'm going to start with your face here. I'm going to get a little closer. And I am just going to take a general feel here. Very slow. And do let me know if at any point I am on a spot that is painful or tender. For me to know. I'm just taking sort of a general feel around everything, sort of this macroscopic view, and then we'll get a little more detailed. For example, maybe I will get real up close and personal around the eyes, right around here, or maybe the chin here, the sides of the face, the jaw, but I am going to start by just looking all around, and even let's come back to the head here. So get all the way into the back of the head. Palpate the contours of the skull. Get from the occipital bone at the back, where the skull meets the spine. Come up, go along the temporal bone here at the sides and a little bit back. We have the frontal bone right in front here. The sphenoid bone, parietal, maybe we just take a peek right at the forehead here. We just do this detailed little look. Look at the skin, and I'm feeling the texture, looking for abnormalities in color, any little anomalies. Good. Okay, and what if we just take a peek here at the temple, right in here? Just look at the bone here. This is quite a soft spot. It's thin here. It's more delicate than the thicker, harder part of the bone. And where your forehead is, a lot thinner here. We're just being very delicate around here. And we can come down to the pre-auricular area right in front of the ear here. And just press along here. We have the pre-auricular nodes right here, lymph nodes, and we can sweep back to assess the post-auricular nodes. Then come back and come down to the jaw, right in here. We're just feeling the muscle, the temporomandibular joint. Master here is very powerful, has a lot of bulk to it. Feel the mandible underneath here. Really get in there. And then just along the jaw. Maybe we come right in here. We can come right where the chin is. Do a little bit of palpation here. Maybe switch hands. Just a little bit. And maybe we go to the other side here. So we come across the mandible here, along that jawline, and we get into the joint, the muscle, the bone and the skin, right here. And come up right where the pre-auricular area is, right in here. And we'll sweep back a little and assess the post-auricular nodes here. And then you come up right at the temple, at the sphenoid bone here. One would think that this was called the temple, that the bone would be the temporal bone, but it's not right here. Close by, but not quite. There. we come back up to the frontal bone here. But we haven't gotten to the rest of the face. So we have the orbits of the eyes here. So we can feel along the ridge of the eyebrow. And we can look at the other side here. Feels quite nice when someone or yourself pinches and rolls this area. There's a lot of tension that can get built up here. And we can just feel around here, around the outer edge of the orbit. We can feel on the inside here. And right in here to the inner corners and up right inside the eye here. And we can get the nose here. The cheeks here, up the zygomatic bone. And even right in here. Right below the nose, right above the lips here, and underneath. Now I'm going to press on certain parts of your face, more specifically where your sinus cavities lie. And if they are painful or tender, then I won't do any direct percussion on the face. So we'll start with the frontal sinuses. I'm going to press and release. And relief. Press. And we'll just continue to do this for a couple passes. Any pain or tenderness here along the frontal sinus. Now we're going to do along the ethmoid here, near the ethmoid bone. Press, release, press, release, release. Anything right in this area. Now we'll do the maxillary sinuses. We have the maxilla bone right in here. press, release, press, release. Anything around the maxillary sinuses. Release, press, release, press. No. Okay, so let's do a little bit of direct percussion. Now, the direct percussion is going to involve me tapping along these areas that I had been pressing into, and do let me know if there's any pain or tenderness at all. Right, so let's do any sort of pain or tenderness here. What about in here if we just this one's a little tricky. That's a little better. Anything with that. Anything here. No. Okay. So we are going to move a little bit away from the face. So I'm going to real quick just palpate the occipital nodes, and then we're going to get into the submental and submandibular nodes, and we'll continue to the neck. So back here, where I had mentioned the occipital bone was, there are the occipital lymph nodes. And then we can come down over here. Just feeling under here, roll the nodes against the bone a bit. And then in the neck, we have 3 different sets or categories. We have posterior cervical, deep cervical chain, and anterior cervical. So I'm going to be feeling all around here. And just assessing for any distension in the nodes. Good. And while I'm here, I'm just going to feel along the trachea. And we want to make sure midline. There's no deviation. And I'm going to palpate around the thyroid. And if I could just have you take a dry swallow for me. It's as best as you can. It's not the easiest thing. I just need one. Good. Good. So now we are going to be moving on to the chest. So I am going to be bringing out the stethoscope for this one. We're also going to auscultate the carotid arteries as well, and then do our palpation. So we're going to do some percussion and auscultation, primarily with the chest. So let's start with the carotid. So I'm going to be bringing this out. And I'm just going to be putting this on one side of the neck and then the other. I can just have you take a deep breath in, hold for a moment. Side. Take a deep breath in, hold. Good. And you can let it go. I'm going to palpate the carotid artery there. So what I was doing there was auscultating for what's known as bruits, which are audible heart murmurs, and making sure that it was safe for me to palpate the carotid. Good, strong pulse there. Okay. Alright, so we're going to take a smidge of a detour. And we are going to do our percussion before we do our auscultation with the heart and lungs. So to do our indirect percussion, as opposed to direct percussion, in which I am directly striking, if you will, directly tapping on the area I'm percussing. I'm going to be using a barrier, which is my hand here. So I'm going to be tapping on my middle finger here and listening for the sound that comes back, whether it is resonant, hyperresonant, dull, or has a stony dullness to it. So I'm going to do this all along the anterior chest wall. I am just going to have you hold still as best as you can. Good, and then the other side. Okay, left side, right side, right side, left side. And if I could have you lift up your arms, and I'm just going to get the sides of the chest here. Okay. Good. Now I am going to auscultate the anterior chest wall, and then we'll also do this on the posterior chest wall. So let's start with the lungs. So I'm going to start listening with the diaphragm, and we'll also listen with the bell of the stethoscope. When I put the diaphragm of the stethoscope on your chest, I'd like you to take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in, out. Deep breath in and 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 out. If you could lift up your arms again, so I can listen to the sides. Deep breath in. Deep breath in, out. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Good. And now while you still have your arms up, I'm going to flip to the bell here. Deep breath in and out. 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 Good. And now you can put your arms down. Good. We'll just deep breath in. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Last row. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to auscultate the heart before I have you turn. Now, when I'm listening to the heart, I only need you to breathe at your normal pace. There's no special breathing. Okay. So we're going to start by listening to the aortic area of the heart here. And the pulmonary area with the pulmonary valve. Blood coming back from the lungs. And the tricuspid valve. Blood coming in from the atrium here. And the mitral valve. Nice and easy breaths. Then I'm going to listen with the bell. So the diaphragm is best for those higher pitch sounds, and the bell is best for the lower pitch sounds. So I am going to just place the bell on the aortic area. Pulmonary, tricuspid, and mitral. Good. Now I'm going to listen to the apex beat. This is at the mid-clavicular line, 5th intercostal space, 5th space between the lungs here. I'm going to put the stethoscope right there, and this is generally where it should be. And then flip it to the bell. Now I am going to have you switch around for me so that I can auscultate the posterior chest wall. We're going to listen to your lungs as well as do our percussion. So we'll put this away for just a few moments and have you get all situated. Good? Okay. Now I'm going to do my indirect percussion. So we'll start at the upper right hand part of the chest. Left. Move down a little on the left side. The right. Down bring back the stethoscope. Excellent. Now I'm going to do the diaphragm and then the bell of the stethoscope. I'm going to take a listen right here at the upper right. Take a deep breath in and out. Compare that to the upper left. Deep breath in and out. Move down on the left. Deep breath in and out. 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 Last row. Deep breath in. Deep breath in and out. And then the bell. Deep breath in and out. 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 Deep. Deep breath in and out. Last one here. Deep breath in. Okay. Now I will have you flip back around. Give you a moment there, and then the last section we're going to get to is the abdomen. We'll do our auscultation first. If we start going in with palpation and percussion, it can change what the natural sounds would have been like. You do not have to do any sort of special breathing here. Just breathe normally. I'm just going to listen all along here. Good. So I'm going to just put this away for the duration of our exam here. And for the abdomen, the next thing we're going to do is our percussion. So this doesn't have so much of a set pattern as the lungs do, but it's going to be a little bit more all over the abdomen. So I'm just going to do our indirect percussion. We can listen for the contours of the different organs. Listen to how the sounds may change. Just listening for the different changes in sound depending on where I am on an organ. Last thing we're going to do is two kinds of palpation. We are going to be doing a firm and a deep palpation. The firm palpation involves one hand. The deep palpation involves two hands. I'm going to start with the firm. So I am going to just feel around, and please let me know if any of this is painful or tender. Just feeling around the abdomen. And for the deep palpation, this can be quite uncomfortable because I'm really getting into the organs. So the best trick I've learned is to try to focus on breathing through it as much as possible. It doesn't last very long, but it's not the most pleasant experience. Really putting in a bit of force to it. Good. Okay, so that's all finished, and your diagnostic technique exam is all finished. I'd like to thank you so very much for your participation. and I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, it would greatly help me out if you clicked the like button and left a comment so YouTube's algorithm registers that it was a good video. If you want to see more of my work, consider subscribing to the channel. I create primarily medical, pseudoscience / alternative medicine, and personal attention ASMR roleplays. But I've done a little bit of everything from historical to sci-fi to fantasy. If you'd like to support the channel, I offer ad-free videos, early access on videos, and exclusive content on Patreon. Or I also have a Ko-Fi link for a one-time donation or a throne wish list for props and equipment. Thank you again,